Hi, welcome to Shelf Starters. My name is Rosie and I'm on my own today because I thought I would attempt a bit of a bookshelf tour. So I have two big bookshelves in this flat in London. Space is a bit of a storage issue, so we can only fit in two right now. The first one is this one that you see behind me that I always film in front of with mum in the living room. And then there's one more in the bedroom, which I'll take you to. And then because space is such of an issue, I also use above my wardrobe, and I also have one of those book trolley things as well. So let's give it a go. Okay, so here is the bookshelf in the living room. I've just moved the chair so you can see a little bit. I'll just pan down. Excuse the dodgy filming, by the way. Yeah, not so used to hand holding. Okay, so on the top shelf here, next to my plant, we have the Penguin Little Black Classics. These used to be everywhere like a few years ago, and they were about £1 each, so really good way of getting to know a few different authors. And this is our junk shelf, so please excuse that. And then here we have the Penguin English Libraries. These are all the ones that I have read from these editions. I love these. They're my absolute favourite classic edition. Because they are a bit of an addiction as well, because I think they are just beautiful, of course, but also the font is really clear and easy to read, which I think is really important for classics, and yeah, they're nice and floppy as well. So yeah, I always try and collect in these editions where I can, and then yeah, go from there. So we've got my little fake plant there. There's normally a photo of me and my partner behind that, but he does not like to be in the videos, so we'll move that. And then next row down, we have the Jane Austen collections here. I think these are all over BookTube. They're the vintage classics, another fake plant. And here we have some of the, what are these called again? The Persephone classics, that's right. These are really beautiful as well. They have just lovely end pages and they come with bookmarks. They're like reprinted Forgotten Women's classics. So yeah, you can find some good gems there. They also have these like more popular editions, which I don't like quite as much, but I have a couple of them. And then we have the Penguin Modern Classics here. As you can see, there's the 3 different editions. I think, I'm not sure which is the oldest one. I think that maybe the silver ones were the oldest, and then they went to white, and then now they've got this like Tiffany blue kind of look. And then same as with the little black classics above, they also do the little modern classics too. So I collected a few of them as well. And I've read all of those on that shelf. And here we have a bit of a weird selection. So we've got the vintage red spines here, the ones that I have read and own, which I like. I don't love, to be honest. And it really annoys me that Gormenghast is bigger than the others, but hey, that happens. And then we have these Virago Modern Classics as well, which is pretty much just my Daphne du Maurier's really, and then this one extra one that was not that great. Then some little books here of various types. So there's a Dickens short story, Sally Rooney, a few things like that. And then yeah, some of these Oxford short introductions on things I was interested in particular, like things that were relating to my industry at the time, so translation and AI and linguistics, but then also some other random things like witchcraft, so why not. And then some other little books here that I don't know, they just like kind of didn't fit anywhere else in my life. I don't know, they don't really belong, but I've read them as well. This plant keeps getting in the way, sorry about that. And then down here we have the internet thing, which I can move out of the way. And then here we have a bit of a mix of some special editions. So this is the vintage classics, the European collection of Don Quixote. That's the only one I have in the European set. But then I have the Japanese set as well. I have got all of these, but these are just the ones I have already read. The other ones in my other bookshelf unread. One of the Virginia Woolf vintage classics. Again, just the one I've read, the others are in the other shelf, and then same with Nancy Mitford as well. And then there's a couple of these, I'm not sure where this publisher is, what is it, the 101 page classics, Armour Classics, right, so they're like little short editions of classics, and I've got a couple of them. I think they're really cute, but they're not as cheap as I would like them to be, I suppose. And then here we have just all of the works that Mum and I have been reading for the Norton Anthology challenge. So these are the ones that don't fit into my like other classic edition collections. So the ones that we read, they're mostly the Middle Ages from last year. And that is it for the first bookshelf. So let's head on into the bedroom. Okay, now we're in the bedroom, and this one's a little bit tricky to film because the space is a little bit limited. But here is the bookshelf. I'm standing on the bed to film this. Okay, and one more. There we go. And we'll do what we did before and just go through shelf by shelf. Yeah, move to a chair now, which is a little more stable. So in this top shelf here, we have a little house that I got from Strasbourg when I did an exchange there. And then this is all my Penguin Black Spine classics. I would love to collect more of these. Mostly these are, again, just ones that we got for the Norton Anthology. And then also this battered copy that I received recently from an upstairs neighbour who was giving away some books. So that was very exciting. And then these are the Pelican Shakespeares. So we have the tragedies in this black colour, and then they have like nice little illustrations on them. And then the purple is the histories. And this light blue is the comedies. So yeah, I collected all of these. These are actually all of the ones that I think are in print. So yeah, very proud of this. And have now read all of them except for the, just drive the car along, the sonnets here, which I'm waiting. Actually, I think I might read them when Mum and I get to that point in the Norton Anthology. So I've read a lot of them before, of course, but not all of them. And yes, this is a little tuk-tuk thing from Sri Lanka. And yeah, next shelf is, these are all classics that I haven't read in like kind of special editions that I've been collecting. So we come back here, we have the Russian classics. These are the two that I haven't read from that selection. The two Japanese ones that I was saying I had more of, this is the rest of that collection I haven't read yet. Virginia Woolf set. There are a couple I don't have in this set actually because I already had them in a different edition. Iris Murdoch, haven't read anything by her before, so I have no idea if I like that or not, but I got that on a bit of whim, I guess. Some more science fiction classics. Nancy Mitford. Only one of the Penguin Modern Classics here that I haven't read yet, that I own, of course. And then Penguin English Library, ones that I haven't read that I own. One more of these Alma classics. A few of the Persephone books there. Some of the vintage Red Spines. I find these a lot in like secondhand bookstores, so that's quite a fun find. Like this one is £2.50, always good. Some fairy tales, and then some Marquez there. And my partner's globe, which he loves a lot. All right, next floor. Sorry about the jumping around. Okay, so this, as you can see, is very much the Oxford Wilds Classics shelf. So here's our Norton Anthology set that we're reading from for our challenge. And then I have 3 stacks of the Oxford Wilds Classics here. These 2 are ones that I have read, and this third smaller stack is unread. Again, most of these are ones that I bought specifically for the challenge that we did, but there's some other great ones in there as well. I just really like those editions. They've got really good introductions and notes. And yeah, a floppy as well. Clearly that's a thing with me. And then here we have a Random Rock. And these are just a few books that we'll be reading in the Norton Challenge that I haven't gotten to yet. So a couple of poetry collections and The Schoolmaster by Roger Ascham. And then next shelf is sort of like series, I guess. So we have my Robin Hobbs, which I absolutely adore. This is all of them except for the Farseer trilogy and Ship of Magic. which are all in Sydney with my dad, who's reading them at the moment, so that's exciting. And then we have the His Dark Materials set here, some anniversary edition I think it was. They're really pretty, 20th anniversary edition. Love them. And then my Wolf Hall set there as well. Okay, then coming right down to the second from last shelf in this bookshelf, it's a bit of a mix of things. So we have some random journals and things here, and then this little pot where I keep bookmarks, pens, and sticky notes, things like that. This like Christmas decoration my friend made me, which is quite cute. And then some literary magazines that I still haven't read, but was collecting them for a while with great intentions to do a video on that, but maybe one day. And then these are my my boyfriend's little collections of Nat comics. And then here, my French editions. I used to have so many more French books when I did my degree, and then I sold them so that I could get back to Australia without carrying so much luggage. Yeah, really regret that now, but oh well. Starting to get back into reading some French classics recently. And then here is a set of things I got secondhand finds, I suppose. And then on the end here is a Jane Austen. Actually, I'll show you this if I can get it out. Let's see. So I bought this for myself for my birthday one year. It is a Jane Austen set of like handwritten works. I think it's her like juvenilia. And so it's got all of the works by hand, and then at the back it also has the typed version, just in case that is too hard to read, which, yeah, they look pretty challenging. But yeah, there's 3 volumes there in this nice box set. Oh, hang on, need 2 hands for that. There you go. Okay, and then last shelf here is a bit of a fantasy editions shelf, I suppose, and also magazines and my boyfriend's ship painting. So if we can move this, maybe, sorry. Then, oh yeah, and I'm hiding New Spring behind there because it does not fit. If you see, like, they're right up to the top of the shelf, so there's no room. But yeah, so we have A Song of Ice and Fire and Wheel of Time, which I got for Christmas, and these literary magazines again. It's like the New Yorker, and then there's also some like magazines from my college, playbooks, etc. Random things like that. And that is the whole shelf. We are now on the floor. If you look up all the way up here, that's all we've covered. So now I'll take you to the other weird spots where I keep my books. Okay, here is my book trolley, and this is where I pretty much just keep books that I haven't read yet. My TBR, I suppose. TBR that's like not classics, so it doesn't go in my other spots where I keep all the editions together. So yeah, it's completely full, which means I really can't buy anything else at this point. I need to stop and actually read them. I am trying to actually like get rid of them once I read them, like sell them or pass them off to charity or friends, whatever works, so that I have more space, because yeah, I would love to be able to continue collecting classics, especially ones I want to keep for my whole life, you know. So yeah, that's that little trolley. Let me know if you saw anything great there that you think I should hurry up and prioritize, because sometimes it's a bit overwhelming not knowing where to begin. Okay, lastly, we're on top of the bookshelf here, up very nice and high. We have books that I have read and don't really want to get rid of, but have no other space to put them anywhere, basically. So, just panning along here. We have some, yeah, sort of like more modern releases, I suppose. Couple of Everyman's Library editions. They were found in a charity shop as well. A few things like that I got in France, like these 2 I got in Shakespeare and Company, so don't want to be getting rid of that. Some Ripley books, some Agatha Christie in those nice new editions they're doing. And that Sisterhood collection at the end there is like sort of childhood stories for young girls, I suppose. Yeah, that's that. And then you would think that would be it, but no, unfortunately there is another layer behind this. So give me a second and we'll pull these down and I'll show you what's behind. Okay, that was a bit of an effort, but these are the books that are behind that row on top of the wardrobe. They are mostly like picture book kind of things. or like big special editions of things. So you see I've got like a Game of Thrones book, a lot of Harry Potter in the illustrated editions, Narnia, one Folio Society book that I found in a charity store, and then yeah, some like graphic novels, some picture books, yeah, and then this nice little set of classics. They're like illustrated classics. Maybe I'll bring one down and show you. Just get the first one, like The Wizard of Oz. I think it was done by modern artists, each one, so they all have kind of very unusual illustrations. Can't find any illustrations, not really. I don't think The Wizard of Oz was the best one to show you. It's quite minimal, it's like a minimal style, that one. But yeah, they've got all different ones. Yeah, so that's them. I think probably the best one from these was Pride and Prejudice, maybe, and Frankenstein. I thought the Frankenstein and Jekyll and Hyde, actually. Those are probably the best ones in terms of the actual like editions, the illustrations and everything. Sorry if this is wobbling. Okay, and then here we have some more Harry Potter in other languages. We have some of the you know, Quidditch Through the Ages, those extra kind of stories, and yeah, and then some Philip Pullman, and the one page in the code that's in London. The rest of them I have in Sydney. And that is it. So that concludes the bookshelf tour. I hope that was fun for everyone, a little bit interesting. I always like looking at other people's bookshelves and seeing what you have. Let me know if any of the shelves in particular are of interest to you and you want me to like go through more slowly with the books that I have, but I thought just like a general overview would be enough. I know that everyone has their own kind of opinions on what they actually like. But yeah, I can always do more in the future if you want to see more actual specific details on the books that we have. But that's it for now. Hopefully my flat doesn't burst from all of the books that we're trying to store into weird places here. Let me know, yeah, what you think, and if you'd like me to do any more of these, and I hope you have a great day and see you again soon. Bye.